Hey everybody, welcome back to Ryan Makes Sense, where we talk personal finance, investing, and chart analysis. We are looking at Akami Technologies, that is ticker AKAM. I've never looked at this company in depth, however, I'm sure I have charted it out before. We will look at some advanced charting, support, resistance, Fibonacci arcs. We will look at the balance sheet. We'll look at the assets, liabilities. We'll see what institutions and hedge funds are doing. And we will run my world famous stock price projection calculation to see if the stock is worth, excuse me, $95 or if it's worth more or less. Just looking at this chart though, honestly, we'll just go ahead and jump on in after you subscribe, of course. Looking at this chart, it's at $96. This is the same as it was in 2020. Has the business improved since 2024? Let's go down here and take a peek. Uh, yeah. So the business has improved actually by $600 million, but the price is the same. So I think we've got ourselves a really good video on deck. And I do also looking at this latest action. I mean, this stock was in a bullish cycle from January 2019 to basically April 2022. And since April 2022, it went from about 120 to 72 back to 127-ish, and we're at 95. One thing I do want to call out, and I think a lot of my subscriber base will also see, the cup and handle. It's one of my favorite monthly patterns, and we've got a beautiful setup right here. Left side of the cup is shorter than the right side of the cup. We've got a handle here. Now the next step is for a test. And the test is basically, can the company continue to execute positively? And are there any things in the pipe company's pipeline that could make this stock even more valuable? So we're gonna do a couple calculations here. We're gonna do a cup and handle price target. We'll do a stock price target. So just really quickly, we're going to be kind of conservative on these estimates because we're doing it by our naked eye. We're gonna say the left side of the cup is 120 and the right side of the cup is 125. Cut that in half and we have 122.50 as our cup height, just flat across. 122.5 is the average. Our cup low is gonna be the lowest point here, which is 70.65. So 122.50 minus 70.65 plus 122.50. So this is a $174 price target. Remember that because it could come into play soon. That's if this cup and handle does work out. Our momentum looks like it is potentially reversing course. I mean, we've got a nice triple bottom here. It hit 10, no, that's not 10. It hit 93 times, and now we've got a candle heading upwards. Looking at our monthly volume, we are currently sitting at 11 million for the month. We want to exceed about 30 to 50 million. So if we can get to 40 million share volume this month for the month of July, that would be very big for the stock. So relative momentum indicators going down, money flows going down. We're going to see what institutions and hedge funds are doing here. Okay. Again, sales, this is beautiful. Shares outstanding going down naturally. That's good. Shareholders, people, retail institutions are naturally and organically accumulating the shares. Earnings per share, it looks up and to the right overall. I mean, we've got like this 3-leg up, back down, then make 3-leg up, maybe back down. We don't know. Let's run my proprietary top secret calculation here. This will give us an estimate of where the stock price is trending. So we have a market cap of 14,490,000,000, just like that. Income is 625,940,000. Insane. Sales is 3,880,000,000. I need 3 more zeros there. 3,880,000,000. Okay. Cash and debt. Let's, before we go down, Quick ratio, that's 3. That's super healthy. Forward PE means this is pretty undervalued in the future. Earnings per share past 5 years solid. Sales past 5 years solid. Just shows resiliency, which we like. Gross margins 56%. That's huge. Shares float dwindling down. We like that. Un momento. They're profitable. I could see them getting acquired, or this company becomes a $5 to $10 billion revenue generating business and offers a dividend. So let's go down to their cash before we do. Q1 this year, they did 985 million in sales. Last year they did 915, so that's a pretty dramatic jump. Congrats to them. Let's go to the balance sheet, see how much cash they got on hand. Whoa, they've got 1.6 billion cash on hand. That's the most they've ever had. 1,674,690,000. Wow. Total debt is 4 billion or 340,230,000. All right, and let's look at assets. 9.9 billion, total liabilities 5.3. That's a nice healthy gap of about $4.6 billion. No real concerns. The CEO purchased $2 million worth, and we don't see him selling, which is good because sometimes CEOs or directors will swing trade their stock. This is absolutely insane. He is invested in the long haul. He's got 2.3 million shares. This guy, he bought it at 92. What's the current stock price? 95. Wow. Did he put the bottom in right there? You tell me. Okay, so let's go back to our calculation. Apologies. Okay. They have 149,470,000 shares float, and our projected stock price is $109, and the stock is at 95. Target price 112. Scotiabank $110. Are you kidding me? Are you copying my calculation, brothers? Okay, so my target kind of falls in line with analyst targets. Institutions own 95%. If institutions and hedge funds think this is a good deal, they're going to own more than 95%. They're following the CEO's tracks, and correct. They have added, actually. So they're up 2%. Let's see what the big boys and girls are doing. Vanguard decreased 1.7%. BlackRock decreased 6.7%. So we've got other institutions and hedge funds that are purchasing overall, because there's a 2% increase from 95.57 to 97.88. So over 2% increase. So the big Vanguards and BlackRocks decrease, but all the other ones, not all the other, but maybe the smaller, mid, larger funds are adding. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and look at this a little bit further. Again, my future self thanks my past self for doing this. Wow. Okay, so this is incredible. Wrong way. Okay. So our test, this stock needs to close above 100, basically. Getting back in this channel. If this stock does not close above 94 for the month of July, I think we have a good chance of kind of trending down to 70s. But the company is killing it. So wow, look. This is why I love the Fibonacci drawings. I mean, look at all this respect over here. Perfect. You guys can see that, right? Perfect resistance, perfect support, almost support. Great resistance, perfect support, tests it. Oh, and these candles right here. support, almost perfect support. Test the support, resistance, 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 breaks through, support, breaks through up here, all the way, perfect resistance here, resistance, resistance, breaks through, support, perfect support, resistance, comes down, this perfect support, comes down here, perfect resistance. So this stock really needs to close above 93, 94, get back inside of this range. If it does not, well, that's when we could do this and come down here and see where, probably like right here. If the stock does not fall through, I think we come down here because look how now we're looking at these rings right here. Perfect support, perfect resistance, perfect support, perfect resistance, perfect resistance. So if this stock does falter, I think we see 70s. If it does break through, it's got quite a bit of a heavy chop zone ahead right in here. So if I had to make a decision today, I would not be buying this. I would buy the S&P 500 because it is part of the S&P 500. So if this goes up or down, it will be captured, excuse me, within the S&P 500. So low risk S&P 500 if you want to take on this volatility and risk it. You could buy the stock, but again, maybe just waiting it out. Maybe wait a month or two. Wait until beginning of October. Let's see where we're at October. Again, this went from $70 to $130 in a matter of a year. It's gone down quite a bit. Just let it figure itself out. Honestly, this could be a bear flag where we have our flagpole. Let me draw it. We've got our flagpole that I just drew there, and then we've got our flag like this, basically. So flag pole, this one right here, flag pole, and then our flag here, and then boop. So that's where we're at with this. I would wait 2 months, see what happens. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.